Now here's Moutier. 9 points in the game so far. To the inside. Shot is good, and the Cavaliers lead cut down now to just 6, and the basket from Nurkic.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Here's Irving. 6 points for him.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
Well, let's look back to last year's Nuggets while we've got a moment here, Kevin. 4th and second chance points. 7th in rebounding. And also, they were in the top 10 when it came to fast break points. I mean, they weren't afraid to play the game at a fast pace and run a little bit.
And just go revisit those numbers in terms of second chance points. That was elite, and they weren't shy about sticking their nose in there and going after the ball.
As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate, Clark.
And, you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games, and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
And now the fast break. Fareed with the ball.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
Now here's James. He's got 11. Love outside. That's a 2 from Smith. That's in there. Love with the assist. 10 points for Smith.
You know what, didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
Denver calls timeout. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Gallinari's checked in. Now here's Moutier. He's got 11. And Gallinari kicks to Foy. Nurkic dishes to Gallinari. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Love. And he gets it to go. Love's got his second bucket tonight.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot, taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, the mid-range J is almost a gimme.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
And it's Smith missing. The Nuggets trail by 3. To tie. Moutier, no good.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half. Still bageled in the second.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
Now, here is Foy. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Shot clock at 2. Moutier, no good.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
The kick out to Irving. That doesn't go in either for Irving. And pushing it up, here's Denver. And misses it off the right side of the rim. The Cavaliers leading by 3. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Back to Love. Smith outside. Pulls up on the wing. No luck.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
J.J. Hickson, Will Barton.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter, and if it's anything like the first three, we should be in for a treat.
Cavaliers timeout.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, over the break, I listened in on David Blatt's huddle. He told them, "This is it, fellas. Let's hit them right out of this timeout. Put some pressure on them. Show them how much you want it. Let's go get it." Guys, he's really exhorting them to give them a burst of energy.
And Denver will start the fourth quarter with Jameer Nelson is out there with Will Barton. Then it's Arthur. Then there's Gallinari. And it's Hickson in at the center. James with it. Gallinari with the steal.
Yeah, first turnover of the game. Overall, though, he's been rock solid.
Jumps up. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
6 on the shot clock. And Hickson throws it down.
Will Barton.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas. And guys, a lot of problems for the Nuggets last year. Ended the season with a 30-52 record and really struggled even against the Eastern Conference.
And for the Nuggets struggling against the East, something they aren't used to doing. They usually pile on the wins when they take on that conference.
Yeah, typically that's the case, but the Nuggets won only 11 games against the East, tied for second lowest amongst Western Conference teams. That's the first losing record against the East for the Nuggets since 2004. You know, the Nuggets could create their offense, but they still would have trouble knocking down the shots. Just didn't have a lot of dead-eye laser shooters. Every field goal attempt with them was an adventure.
Nice shot by Smith.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
Denver calls timeout. Nuggets did have their problems on the offensive end, too, something that's rare for them, hitting the open shot and the mid-range shot and beyond being one of them.
You know, Kevin, how about being last in the league in catch-and-shoot field goal percentage? I mean, got a good amount of looks that way, but really struggled shooting only 34% in those situations.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Nurkic checked in for Arthur. Foy comes in for Will Barton. And it's Moutier in for Nelson.
They'd have loved to cut it to 1 there. They're still in decent shape if they can get a stop.
And the dunk by James.
Just love the focus when he gets around the rim. How huge could those 2 points be?
Nice shot by Foy.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
Irving passes to James. Denver grabs the miss. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Hickson throws it down.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And there's J.R. Smith on the assist by LeBron. 15 points for J.R. Smith. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
And the Nuggets with some changes. Kenneth Faried's checked in for Hickson. And Wilson Chandler's subbed in for Gallinari. Pass to Chandler. Unloads from 9. Misses off the left iron.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
James misses. Nuggets have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the 4th quarter so far. Count the basket and the foul. J.R. Smith picks one up.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
Clark, neither team with a big advantage here in the 4th quarter.
5 times we've had the lead switch so far. I mean, back and forth we go.
And Clark, that could rise again before we're through.
Here's James. Following the basket by Kenneth Faried. Here's Nurkic.
As clutch a shot as I have ever seen.
In a word, gutsy.
James kicks to Love. Smith outside. Puts up a 3. It's in! A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
And he found a perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the deep.
Now here's Moutier, covered by Irving. Moutier kicks to Foy. Puts it up from 12. Here's Faried. Money!
You know, they've got a foul to give here if they need it.
Yeah, definitely something to keep in mind for them right now.
Timeout called, Cleveland. They're trailing by 2. There's 18 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this, Clark?
Well, I don't think we set that decision in stone and anchoring in this timeout. You see how things play out. You're going to try to get a good, quick shot. And if it's a good 3 with a good shooter, let it fly. If it's something in the paint, then you take that. But it's about being a good, quick shot in this situation.
Irving drives in. Inside. Oh, no good on the dunk.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
So it's the Nuggets